Nigeria is said to be among countries with low literacy, as many children are either out of school or drop out for various reasons. However, the nation has made tremendous progress in creating access to education at all levels as more and more schools are established. From the time when government had more schools with missionary schools complementing them, Nigeria today boasts of many private schools. What led to the emergence of private schools?
Government alone cannot provide education. It has to be a collaborative endeavor between the government and the private sector. So it's a welcome idea. Well, the few exceptions we have worldwide is Finland. We read that Finland is the only country that doesn't have a private school.
While the establishment of many private schools expanded the space for enrollment, the situation is said to be partly responsible for the decline of public schools, which used to be the toast of parents.
You cannot blame it only on the present. You need to take a look backwards. What were the indices? What were those things that made education so easily manageable?
Today, the proliferation of private schools has become worrisome, as many are perceived as business ventures which charge exorbitant fees.
The unfortunate, multiple and confusing taxations. They'll ask you to they'll tax, AMAC with tax, area councils with tax, FRS, so many. And again, at the same time, we need to, that is even diverting our attention from what we should provide the Nigerian child.
Recently, we had a list of 556 of such schools, which the Honorable Minister FCT gave approval for them to be closed. We went about the business of closing them down.
We recall that when about 3 years ago, when they wanted to close down, when they closed down 920 schools, none of those schools were our members.
This raises the question of standards and quality assurance by regulatory agencies, as many of these private schools are said to be poorly run.
There are those that are substandard, very bad locations, poor infrastructure, poor staffing, poor social environment, not fit to be called schools.
Despite this development, the quest for private school is said to be on the rise as a result of dearth of public schools, which have become a shadow of themselves. With many families now sending their children to study in questionable schools in neighboring African countries like Benin, Cameroon, Ghana, Ivory Coast, among others, experts say something urgent needs to be done to save education in Nigeria.
We also have the power of enforcement, okay, through our inspectors.
As Nigeria continues to seek development, experts believe that carefully maximizing the potentials of private schools together with a sound public school system is inevitable. Teaching, they say, must remain highly professional and not an all-comers affair.